Hello, everybody. I don't know if you can hear me. Can you hear me? God, I should be used to this YouTube thing by now. As you can see, I am wait, that's the wrong background. Let me change that real quick. No, I'm not streaming from a summertime forest. I'm streaming from, well, that wasn't really summertime. That was more of an autumn forest, but I'm streaming from the snowy glades of Singapore. Ho ho ho! Merry Christmas, everybody. You can tell it's Christmas because I am wearing my Santa regalia. I have my red hat. I've got my red shirt on. Welcome to the stream, Caustic. Okay, enough of that bullshit. The reason why I wanted to try this out is because I wanted to see whether the background removal for the NVIDIA broadcasting thing worked, and it works pretty good. So I wanted to try to use it with my regular stuff, and the idea is that I wanted to be able to show more of the writing and more of the drawing and more of the actual solo play experience rather than my dumb face. But, you know, being as narcissistic as I am, I still need my dumb face there. And therefore, this is the solution I've settled on. So let's switch over. As you can see, there's not the whole webcam. This is like the extent of it. But that should actually give some space for, like, if I want to show stuff. It should be a lot easier to see things. And I think that's way more important than my dumb face. So, we're going to be continuing on our solo hexcrawling adventure. Our party, our heroes, if you will. Recap, they are supposed to save an elf called Gezera from something in the forest. We found a lot of what seems to be arcanophagic flora, which is flora that basically goes into your lungs and steals your magical powers. Pretty creepy stuff. I've actually transferred all the stuff over from the big sheet of paper to a small sheet, so I can actually do it booklet style like this, and I can actually note down all of the required details about each spot. Hopefully I'm coming through fine. Hopefully you can hear me just fine. But yeah, today we'll be continuing on this. We're doing it the OD&D style. We're not actually using the hex crawling rules from Delving Deeper or even White Box. We're actually going to the old 3 LBBs and doing it the way that they were doing it. Actually, where is my... Okay, we got White Box here. I got my copy of Delving Deeper here as well. Let's actually do a little bit of a recap as to what happened the last session. Okay, there we go. Okay, so spoilers for people who play in my games, I guess. So this was a reply. This was like kind of a reply, I guess, to Caverna Dulakis' challenge on YouTube. He will give me a theme, and I will try to do a solo playthrough based on that theme. And I will link it down in the description below if I haven't already. So the objective was defeat, subject was known person, theme was infested lair, complication, wilderness exploration. So I was thinking about it, and I was like, yeah, I want to do something a bit weird. So we kind of like were using the arcanophagic flora idea, as well as a fungus that acts as muscle for skeletons and can combine different skeletons together. Also, is the white balance going crazy on the broadcasting? I'm just realizing that. Is it? Oh, it seems fine actually. Okay. So there's that. We have our goals here, which is to find Gezera the elf in the forest, who was a folk hero. Everything's fine? That's good to hear. Hello, welcome to the stream, HP. So we are breaking down the themes into fungus, lungs, magic, and skeletons. And that's basically the gist of it. Let's go through the areas that we've explored. We have found, among other things, we have found a heavy canopy hiding some kind of ruins. An extremely vandalized altar, which belonged to the Conference of Desolation, who follow a genie, they're terrorists, and they talk to trees. So I actually was thinking about this a bit while editing the previous video, and I was like, wait, they talk to trees. That probably means that they have somebody who maybe can communicate with this arcanophagic flora and is controlling it. Maybe, we don't know. There's something up in the air. We found a secret door under the altar. We didn't go inside because it was way too far from our destination point. It was probably not where we needed to go. We found a village covered in vines. We found out that that was actually the arcanophagic flora. I believe that Derzal got hit by a few spells. I did notice an issue the last session. The last session, I said that if I were to do this risky move, I will grant some piece of information about the arcanophagic flora, and I didn't really do that. So I kind of have to do it now, I think. Derzal basically went in and suffered the brunt of 2 spells, and he came out and he lost some of his arrows and yada yada yada. But I think there's a good chance to basically figure out something about the arcanophagic flora that we wouldn't have realized otherwise. So what does he find out? So there could be a number of things that he finds out. Does he find out something about a location, perhaps? Oh, that's a yes and. So yeah, he does find out a location, and he finds out something pretty specific to that location. The location has something to do with the arcanophagic flora. So I have something that's perfect for this. I am going to roll on the magical places chart in here, if I can find it. Let's see. Is this even right? Oh, it is the wrong book. Oh, whoops. We're supposed to look through this book. Magical places generator. Here we go. Magical places generator. So we'll just basically roll up where it is. I'm gonna say relevant to this, where it is in the forest. So firstly, where is it? I'm gonna roll a d6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I roll that. It's 1. So we're gonna say it's right there. And this place is... I don't have my d30 with me. I'm gonna go grab it. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's see what this place is. 0511, there was a place that Derzal found out about by looking for clues inside one of the huts. Maybe one of the huts alluded to a place that had more information about this arcanophagic flora or was related to this arcanophagic flora. So let's see what it is. We got a tree, which is a forest. Well, it is a forest, I guess. What about a name of this place? Crystal Forest. So we can just say it's like a crystal grove. Actually, let's re-roll the place. 11. Crystal Hill. Okay, cool. So there's a Crystal Hill next to this area of the forest. It's in the middle of the forest, and the Crystal Hill boon gained at the location. All magic user spells memorized at the location will have a double effect when cast. Holy shit! That is cool. So we found out about a place that can actually intensify magical abilities. So that is pretty useful. So let me write that down real quick. So 0511 Crystal Hill. Oops. Let's see. Any good book to generate dungeon layouts? Yeah, I can recommend Sandbox Generator, and I also have a video covering out several different options for dungeon layout generation. 4AD, 4 Against Darkness, is also a good thing to go for that. I think the Appendix A of the DMG for AD&D First Edition is also pretty good. Crystal Hill and intensifies magic spells. Memorize. ×2. Okay, cool. So it intensifies the intensity of like any magical spells, including subtypes memorized at a location. Okay, so we know about this crystal hill that is right next to the place that we are trying to get to. I'm just gonna draw a little bit of crystal hill there. Not my best piece of art, but it will do. Something like that, maybe? There we go. So, that's it. That was for last session when they went into the village, the ruined village, and they found something out about arcanophagic flora. We now know that this is what they found out. That there was this magical place, Crystal Hill, that basically intensifies magic around that area. All well and good. What's not well and good is the fact that we have 4 rations remaining, which means that if we go on for one more day, we're gonna start starving, which is bad. So, we're gonna have to go foraging. I didn't really have any foraging rules, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna just do it like this. We'll roll a d6, and that's how much food that they can get for that day, and then we'll just roll the encounter as per normal. So the more time that they spend out there foraging, the more likely they are to run into an encounter in the forest, which might be bad for them. Hello! Oh, didn't know you did YouTube, how are you? I'm doing pretty okay. Hello! It's been a long time since we talked. Welcome to the stream? The stream, yeah. So, let's see. We are over here currently. We're going to do some foraging. We're going to use a d6 on that. And that's how much we're going to get. We are also going to make it an exploding die. So if we get a d6, we'll just... if we get a 6 on a d6, we'll just roll it again and add that to the value. Unlikely, but it could happen. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to roll for an encounter at the end of the day. Okay, we got 1. We got 1 ration out of that, which is not good. Let's roll for an encounter. We got a 1, which means that we got an encounter as well. So we spend the day out there foraging, trying to find some kind of food. We maybe find some stuff, but it's all inedible due to the arcanophagic flora maybe. And we basically barely have enough to get 1 ration, and we use up the 4 rations that we already had, which is very bad. And at the end of the day, or during the day, actually, is this during the day when it happens, the encounter? Is it, let's say 1 to 2 is morning, 3 to 4 is afternoon, 5 to 6 is night. Okay, so in the afternoon, at some point, we get an encounter, which is probably bad. That's pretty bad, actually. Let's actually mark off the days here. 1 more day and we're gonna have to actually rest in the field, which is also bad. Let's see. By the way, is there supposed to be music playing because there's no background music? No, there's not supposed to be music playing because I'm actually going to be editing this video down. So I don't want to have music in the background while I'm like editing it down. And then it will just cut weirdly. Okay. So that's bad. We run into an encounter. What is the encounter? Wilderness exploration. Let's go to the wilderness exploration rules in Delving Deeper. Where is it? Is it here? Pretty sure it's here somewhere. Here we go. Okay, wilderness exploration. So we are in the forest currently, which is just wood, I guess. We roll a d20. We got a 20, which I don't think is very good. We got giant weasels. Oh, Jesus, I remember these. Giant weasels in D&D can fuck you up. How many giant weasels do we run into? Okay, alright, thought there was supposed to be music because the credits in the description. Oh, that's just in every single live stream description because I got special permission from Haymat the Catastrophe to use their music in my streams, which is very nice of them. But yeah, I just put it there in case I'm using music. Let's see, weasels, giant. Number appearing 1 to 8. HD 2. AC 6. Okay, firstly, how many of the weasels appear? 4 weasels, okay. 4 weasels of 2 HD each. We probably don't want to mess with those, but we might have to. So the question comes down to, are they surprised and are we surprised? So on a 1 to 2, there's surprise that happens. The red die will be the weasels, and the blue die will be us. Okay, so no surprise on either end. Which means, if you go to the wilderness exploration rules, if you go to encounters, let's see, here we go, encounter distance. If neither party is surprised, then it will appear at 2 to 20 to... If neither party is surprised, the encounter will begin at 20 to 120 yards, which is... Basically, a yard is almost a meter. So that's gonna be 90 meters distance. So 90 meters away, we see these 4 giant weasels. Pretty bad situation we got here. How are they gonna react to us? That is the next question. Firstly, do we just want to attack? We'll see how they react to us. Okay. Oh shit! Double 6s. That actually means that they are completely friendly. Yeah, they can just leave us alone. Actually, that's an interesting thing that happens. If they are completely friendly, I got double 6s. So if they're completely friendly, do they have a lair nearby that we might be able to hole out in? And maybe they can share some of their food? It's a bit of a stretch. So I'm gonna actually check first to see whether there's a lair nearby that they came from. Where is it? Here we go. Lair nearby, there's a 15% chance. Okay. Let's see. We got 48. So they're just passing through. These 4 giant weasels are just passing through. I'm not gonna say that they have any food or anything, but we are not actually going to fight them. There's this tense moment, but they basically don't even appear hostile at all. They just seem like wild creatures, and they continue on their way. That's good. What's not good is that we only got 1 ration that day. So we're gonna spend the next day foraging, and this time we might get another encounter, and we're still at 0810, which is the villa covered in vines and infested with molds. We don't know yet whether the vines are carnophagic, but let's see how many rations we get. We get 3 rations, which amounts to 4 rations, which we use up by the end of the day. We're out of rations, which is really bad. I think what we're gonna have to do is we might actually need to... Firstly, we should have planned this out better, and by we, I mean me. I should have planned this out better, and I should have gotten more rations, but I don't think I had enough money. I did have enough money, I just didn't buy the rations. Shit. Okay, does an encounter happen? Okay, no encounter. We're able to hole in for the night. Here's where it starts to suck, because the next day we're gonna have to take a break and take a complete rest, and we're not gonna be able to do anything. We can't hunt. I'm gonna say the first day that we starve, nothing is gonna happen, but we are gonna have a chance of an encounter happening. So there's just a free chance for an encounter to happen. Okay, no encounter. We wake up the next day, we're gonna try hunting again, and please God get a 6. Oh my god, we're gonna start starving. Somebody's gonna start starving at least. So we got 3 rations, we used that up by the end of the day. Who's the person who gets to starve? 1, 2, 3, 4. 2. The cleric volunteers to be the one to starve for the day. I think we're in a bad scenario. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna make it so that they can exert themselves. So firstly, I'm gonna do this encounter roll. Okay, no encounter. The next day, what they're gonna do is that they're gonna make a lot more noise. They're gonna try to actually forage more actively. But the problem with that, so they're gonna get 2d6 rations. But each time they exert themselves, it will have a higher likelihood of an encounter happening. So I'm gonna say that they can roll 3d6 for how much they can forage at max. And each time that they do that, they have to roll for an encounter happening, which is a 2 in 6 chance. So another day gone, one person starts to starve. Even more, I'm gonna bring his HP down to a 6 out of 7, because after the first day, I'm just gonna start deducting HP. They could just die out in the forest starving. So that's gonna be an interesting thing that happens if it does. Let's see what happens. So I'm gonna roll all these dice at once. This is how much they're gonna be able to come up with. Like I said, 6s are gonna be exploding dice. So okay, no 6s, but we got 14 rations, which is a good haul. But here's the issue. I'm gonna roll these, and if they get a 1 to 2 on any of them, that will mean that they run into an encounter. Oh. Shit. Okay, so does this encounter happen in the morning, the afternoon, or at night? It happens at night, which means that the magic user will not get to prepare their spell for the next day. Luckily, they already had a spell memorized. This could be potentially pretty bad. Again, let's actually see what creature they encounter. Wilderness exploration, the wood. 4. Giant centipedes or large centipedes. 1 to 3, it's a large centipede. 4 to 6 is a giant. It's large centipedes. Large centipedes. Let's see. 2 to 24 large centipedes. Okay. So this times 2. 18 large centipedes, each at half HD. AC of 9. Oh. Okay. 18 large centipedes are gonna start attacking us. I'm gonna have to write this down as a note, because that seems pretty fucked up. What is that book? You mean this? This is Delving Deeper. It's a retro clone of OD&D. Welcome to the stream. 18 large centipedes. We're gonna assign them a target number. We are using my OD&D combat hack, Chaos Reigns. So an AC of 9 will go to a target number of 6. And they have a HD of half. So HD of half means I just do a d6 and then I divide by 2. 18 large centipedes is really bad. The question is, do they get surprised and do we get surprised? So again, red is gonna be the centipedes and blue is gonna be us. We get surprised and they do not get surprised, so they get a jump on us. What is their reaction towards us? So large centipedes, they surprise us, and they're gonna be at what distance away from us are they gonna be at? We're gonna check this out. Encounter. This is pretty bad. 10 to 6 yards distance. Okay, so 40 meters away. They start crawling towards us. We are not aware of them yet. The person that we the person that we posted up at the guard does not know that they're here. Who's the one on guard at the moment? Is gonna be Sidan, the magic user. He is not aware, so they're gonna be able to spring up on Sidan if their reaction is bad. So I'm gonna take the reaction roll. I'm gonna minus a 2 to it because they are just horrible, horrible creatures. That's actually really good. So that will actually be a 9 minus a 2. That'll get you a 7. So that's more like they're kind of unsure about us. I think they're not unsure about whether to eat us. It's more that they're unsure whether they can take us on. Are they going to use their surprise action? Or is this going to like interfere with that? I'm just gonna do it as a roll. So I'm gonna say it's likely. So I'm gonna do a 2d6, take the higher. On a 4 to 6, they basically will use their surprise action. On a 4 to 6, they'll use their surprise action and they'll just maul Sidan to death. We got a 3. So they're gonna be too hesitant to be able to use their surprise. Sidan is gonna see this, and they're gonna see this like huge array of You're gonna see this huge array of large centipedes just crawling up onto this clearing, and Sidan is gonna alert everyone, and we're gonna see who's gonna be able to act first. So I'm gonna say that they're pretty close. They're close enough that either party can make an attack. So it's more of a question of who is able to get the initiative. So red is the centipedes, blue is us. Okay, we are able to act first. We're gonna run. Are we gonna run? So what spells do I have? Wait a minute, wait. Sidan the magic user has a sleep spell. Sleep spell can cause 4 to 14 normal types to go immediately to sleep. And he can cast it at the centipede in the center. So we could do that. So let me look up the sleep spell. Does it have a save that it requires? Here we go. Sleep. Affects 4 to 14 creatures. Range is 24 feet. Causes 4 to 14 normal types fall into a fitful slumber. The magic is indiscriminate and must affect the indicated number of creatures, beginning with those nearest to the target. The magic affects only creatures that normally sleep, but no saving throw is allowed. Do centipedes sleep? Before I look this up, I'm gonna try to figure that out on my own. Because it will tell me, I think, if it affects them. But centipedes, do they sleep? I have no idea. Do we cast our spell or do we run? Fuck it, I'm gonna cast a spell. Let me look up whether centipedes actually fall asleep or not. Because my characters wouldn't know this either, right? Okay, giant and large centipedes. If you go over to the doppelgangers, you'll see that it says that they don't sleep. So if they don't sleep, they will make a mention of it. Centipedes, found almost anywhere, aggressive hunters. Large specimens are up to 1 feet long. Giant types are up to 10 feet long. Hard armored head, relatively soft body. Both sorts move along walls and ceilings at normal speed. The bite of either causes paralysis, although a saving throw is allowed, and it's at +4 in the case of the large centipedes. They can sleep! They can sleep, which is good. So we're gonna try to put these... How many centipedes to sleep? There's 18 of them. We can potentially put 4 to 14 of them to sleep. And we have the first round. Hello, Caverna. Welcome to the stream. Yes, we are playing through your challenge. So, we're gonna take this D10. We're gonna add a +4 to it. And that's how many centipedes fall asleep on the first round. 8 plus 4 is 12. And immediately 12 of them fall asleep, which means that there are 6 large centipedes left. Let's roll up their HP. is half HD, so it's gonna be, that's gonna be 2, wait, that's gonna be 2, that's gonna be 3, that's gonna be 3, okay. Had a bit of a brain fart moment there. 2, 3, 3. And then we're gonna roll up the next ones. That's, oh shit, these are tough. 3, 3, and 2. None with 1 HP, unfortunately. So that's Sidan's turn used up, and his magic spell for the day also used up. So what we're gonna do, I think, is that Fanir is gonna hit into the midst of it and start using his multiple actions. So he has a HD of 2. And in Chaos Reigns, that basically means that he can focus some of the attack power into one attack, or if he's within range, he can attack up to the amount indicated by his HD. So he's gonna actually make 2 attacks against the centipedes. The same with Gadja. So Gadja is gonna take one side, Fanir is gonna take the other side, and they are gonna try to clear out as many centipedes as they can. Derzal is gonna take aim with his longbow behind them. He's not going to use the longbow special ability, which is a +1 if they aim. Yeah, we're just gonna see what happens. So we're gonna start doing the actions. Fanir is first going to start making 2 attacks, one against this one and one against this one. So that's going to be 6. That is gonna be a hit. So that's gonna be a mace. So mace is just a d6. That's 1 damage. Not very good. Second attack. That is going to be a 6. Just barely a hit as well. So we're gonna roll a d6. 5 damage. So he's able to take out one of the centipedes. One of them falls in battle. Gadja is gonna take these 2 over here. So we're gonna see whether they're gonna be able to attack and hit. Just barely a hit as well. So the target number they have to hit is 6, and they're getting 6s 3 times in a row. They have a great sword, so these 2d6 take the higher. We got 5. And great sword is on a killing blow, you get another attack. If they're within range. So I'm gonna say that one more is within range, which is this one. So they're gonna be able to kill off this one. They're gonna make the additional attack on the one within range. And they get double 6s. So they're definitely gonna be able to hit. 2d6 take the higher. That's a 2. So that only brings it down to 1, but you get to make their regular attack against this tree. So don't miss, please. They miss. So unfortunately, they're not able to hit this one, but we are down to 4 enemies left. Derzal is going to fire into the melee, which is risky. So if he misses, and if he gets equal to or less than a 4, he's gonna hit one of his own allies. So, we're gonna try. Let's see. So if they get less than or equals to a 4, they're gonna hit either Fanir or they're gonna hit Gadja. Merry Christmas, everybody! Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas! They got an 8. An 8 is gonna do it. An 8 is gonna be able to pierce into, let's say, this one. And we're gonna roll a d6. Actually, is it a 2d6 for longbow, or is it... Longbow is medium, okay. So it's d6. 6 damage! And... it goes down to 0. And we have 1, 2, 3 remaining out of the initial 18 large centipedes. So... morale is checked after the whole thing has been resolved. Our party has done their actions. We have 1 HP, 3 HP, and 1 HP of centipedes left. They're gonna do their action, then they're gonna check morale. So, the person that was closest to the centipedes, unfortunately, we have already determined, is Sidan. Sidan has no armor. They have a staff, which they can basically defend themselves with, and adds a +1 to their target number, which means that if we get a 7 on either of these rolls, the large centipedes are gonna hit Sidan. So we're gonna see. Oh. That's bad. Yeah, that's pretty bad. It's gonna be a 2d6, take the lower, but Zidane could just die right now. Okay, that's 2 HP off. He has half HP left. We need our magic user. So if he dies, we are kind of fucked, and we probably have to retreat. You have 2 HP left. The next one is gonna take another swing at Zidane, and the last one is gonna take a swing at one of the nearby ones. But let's see what happens to Zidane. There's a 3, that's a miss. Okay. The last one is gonna take a swing at one of these 3. 1 to 2, 3 to 4, 5 to 6. That's gonna be Gotcha. So they're gonna take a swing at their plate mail. And they're gonna hit. That's bad. 2d6, take the lower. Okay, thankfully that we didn't get the 6, we got a 2. So Gotcha is now at 3 HP. Yeah, that's bad. But let's see what happens. Roll morale for enemies whenever a significant advantage is obtained. In this case, we have taken out most of the centipedes, and I'd say that's a significant advantage. Let's see what happens to them at the end of this round. 5 and 6. Standoff or hold position. I think they're too stupid to realize that they've basically lost most of their members. They're gonna keep attacking. Initiative time. Somebody could die here. 4 and 5. The enemies go first. The centipedes. Are they gonna keep targeting Zidane, sensing that Zidane is an easy target? I'm gonna say that's likely. So 2 of them will attack Zidane if this is the case. No, it's not the case. Okay, good. So they're just gonna attack randomly. Thank God. Okay, so let's see who gets attacked. Derzal gets 1 attack. Fanir gets 1 attack. Whoops. And Zidane gets hit once. So we're gonna roll for each one. So Zidane gets hit. Oh shit, they do get hit. For how much damage? If I don't roll a 1, Zidane is dead. Oh, okay. Right. Okay. Yeah, it was nice knowing you, Zidane. Zidane is now dead. Let's check Fanir. So that's gonna be not able to hit through their leather armor plus shield. And for this, they're gonna be able to hit Derzal. So that's gonna be a 2. HP down to 4. Their magic user is gone. So RIP. Fanir, Gadja, and Derzal now get their actions. I'm gonna say that... Oh shit. Ah shit. That's bad. Yeah, they're gonna just clear out the rest of these. Fanir is going to do 2 of his attacks against 2 of the centipedes. That's gonna be a hit. That's gonna be a kill because they have 1 HP left. And as for the next one, let's see. That's gonna be a hit as well. That might not be a kill. That's a regular mace, so 4. That is a kill. There's 1 left that everybody else is gonna concentrate on. So there's gonna be a 9. That's gonna be a hit. And they deal 5 damage, which is going to obliterate the last one. And the fight is over. The fight is completely over. There are 12 centipedes sleeping around. Gadja is gonna go through, and Derzal is gonna go through, and they're just gonna start stabbing each of them down. We lost our magic user. So the bad news is we lost the most valuable member of our entire party. The good news is that we got some XP. because I'm using not just gold for XP, I'm also using every 1 HD equals to 100 XP. So basically it will be 900 XP, but that will be divided up against 4 people. So that's gonna be 225 per, and that would have gone to Sudan if they didn't die. That's not a lot of XP, and that won't really do anything in terms of leveling them up. But yeah, that's not really a good silver lining. That was pretty shitty actually. That kind of, we didn't get any treasure or anything. They just came up and just fucked with us, and we lost our magic user. It's always the magic user. It's always the magic user. Yeah, I rolled to see who was on guard duty, and it was Sidan, so that's bad. I vote that we run back to civilization. We could end up getting into another fight on the way back, but I think we need to hire somebody else. I don't think we can actually handle this without our magic user. And also, we can't really heal out in the wilderness. We are gonna have to actually heal up proper in the town. So we can't stay here. This is really bad, actually. This is incredibly bad. So, we're gonna start tracking our way backwards. And we're not going to roll for feature or natural for the ones that already have them, but for the ones that don't, we can roll for them. Are you at least going to bury Sudan? Wow, just leaving the body. That's a good point. We should loot Sudan. I'm taking his spell. Oh wait, he doesn't have anything else. He has a spell book, that's it. Yeah, no, we're just leaving the body. It's fine. You know what? Like, nature can reclaim him or something. It's fine. Also, Fanir didn't like Sidan. We kind of like elaborated that at the beginning. So they're just gonna leave his body there. Alright, fantastic. Actually, as a preacher, he probably would do some like final rites, but they wouldn't bury the body. We're just gonna keep going. We're not gonna incur another encounter roll, even though we're kind of disrespectful towards our dead party member. We're gonna keep going. Okay. So that's bad. That's really bad. We need to get back as fast as we can. We do not have a horse, so we're on foot. We can go through the woods, and then next day we can get out of the woods because 1 point can carry over. So we can get to here by today. The next day we can get to here. And on the final day we can actually get to here, where there will be very low chance of an encounter. And then we can get back to civilization. So let's just try to get back to civilization without anything bad happening. But we might get lost. We might still get lost. So on a 1 to 2, when we wake up next morning, okay, firstly we eat our food. Sidan also eats because they fought at night. So they take a share of the rations. On a 1 to 2, we get lost. Fuck. Alright, where do we get lost? Roll for encounter. Oh, roll for encounter. We already rolled for encounter that day already. As in, we did it 3 times that day. Because we basically foraged. We exerted ourselves foraging. And that's why we got the centipedes. So, we get lost. Oh shit, we... Okay, that's good. 1, 2. We actually get lost in the same direction that we're going in. So, good fortune smiles on us at last. We're gonna go over to here, which is 0909. And we're going to roll for an encounter while in the forest, which is not good if it happens. It doesn't happen. Alright, next day we're gonna track through here. And we're gonna see if we're lost again. Don't roll a 1, don't roll a 2. I didn't roll a 1, I didn't roll a 2. We're gonna go through here, and then we're gonna go through here. We're gonna roll for an encounter while in the forest still partially. And I'm gonna like check. Gonna deduct rations now. Actually, so that's been 2 days. We're down to. We don't have much, do we? We're down to 2 rations. 2 days. There we go. We are now on the outside. We can probably reach the settlement the next day. We're just gonna push through. Sudan is dead. We are all quaking in our boots. Are we gonna get lost while here? I'm gonna regard it as we were going through the forest, but we can now say that we're in the plain, so we have a 1 in 6 chance of getting lost. We're not lost. We're gonna be able to move 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to also roll for... Oh, I forgot to roll for a feature and a natural feature in here, but we're gonna roll it here, and we're gonna roll it here. So, blue die first, red die second. So on 1, we get a feature or we get a natural feature. So nothing there. And we're gonna go through here. And nothing there either. And we're gonna go through here. Nothing there either. We're finally on the outside of the town. 1 person doesn't get to eat. I'm gonna say it's Vanir again. He's fine with it. Is just starving for 1 day. He'll be fine. And we're on the outside of town. I'm gonna say that we can go in and we can get a meal. And more importantly than getting a meal, we're gonna get, hopefully... Oh wait, before that, actually, we have to do 1 more encounter check. Over here. Yeah, we have to do 1 more encounter check before we enter the village. Don't get a 1. Don't get a 1. I got a 2. That's not a 1. Alright, next day we're able to get back into the village. We came back safe and sound. I mean, we kind of lost our magic user, but that's fine. We're gonna heal back up. What did we gain out of this expedition? Fucking nothing, except for information, I guess. We got some information. Some of it is pretty useful too. So this is bad. This is really bad. We don't have any money because we didn't find any. We are pretty much broke. We can barely buy rations. We can't really get a hireling unless we go dungeon delving. Charisma check to hire a magic user. The way that this works, I'm gonna say the preacher might be able to do it. I'm gonna give him a 2 in 6 chance because of his background. So 2 in 6 chance of trying to hire a free magic user essentially. Otherwise, they're gonna have to actually pay for it. What's this game called again? We're just playing OD&D, like original Dungeons and Dragons, with delving deeper rules, and we're using Chaos Reigns for the combat. Yep. And the overland exploration rules are mostly of my own creation, although I based it off original Dungeons and Dragons rules. So, 2 in 6 chance. Do they get to have a free hire? No. Well, this is bad, isn't it? We don't have our magic user. We got Fanir the Cleric, Gaja, Rizal. I'm gonna say that we are shit out of luck. I'm gonna say the rest of the week is spent in the village trying to find somebody, anybody, to basically be our hireling. What a fucking disaster. Hurry up and make your own solo RPG. Not happening yet. I don't feel I'm ready. Can't believe we lost our magic user. I think this might be where we have to end off today, actually. Because, I don't know what we're gonna do. We could try to... Yeah, here's what we're gonna do. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna try to hire a magic user 1 more time. But if we're unable to, then we're gonna have to go dungeon delving. We're gonna have to find some silver. We're gonna have to find some kind of treasures, come back, get the hirelings, and eventually be able to find Gizera if they're not already dead. So we're gonna try 1 more time. It's cool when things go so shit. Yeah, it is true. I got a 2! We got a magic user. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a magic user. Do I have an extra sheet around here? I think I do. Yeah, I do. Yeah. There we go. Okay. So I'm gonna name this magic user. Their name is Caverna. That's right. Caverna. I was gonna name them Jack, but yeah. A guy or a girl? Well, that's up to you, isn't it? Do you want them to be a guy or a girl? First level magic user. Let's roll their hit points. So HD of 1, XP threshold of 2500. Let's see what hit points they have. Caverna means cave in Portuguese. Will that be more of like a guy or a girl? I'm not sure. We got a 4. 4 hit points, the same that Sidan had actually, so that bodes well. They have no armor. And they only have a spell book. We don't have any money to get them anything at all. They got a staff, which is a TN +1. And they got their spell book. I'm gonna prep the same goddamn spell, which is sleep, because it served us pretty well. Sleep. But for the background, I'm gonna randomly generate it. So let's randomly generate a background. It seems like he, she could be a deep person. I say girl. Okay. I think we'll make them. Do you get it? Cave deep. Oh my god. Caverna, you gotta stop this. These jokes, they're not landing. But Caverna, do you wanna tell us whether you want them to be a guy or girl? Then I'll draw them out. Let's see. We have to come up with background as well. Background. I think we have an NPC generation table somewhere. No, these are magic tables. I think I'm gonna have to. I kind of want to keep going though. Actually, kind of want to keep playing. But probably have to figure out something here. Ah, there we go. NPC background. Okay. So, what is their occupation or their background? 11. They were a fisherman. Okay. Or fisherwoman. Could be a girl? Okay, fisherwoman. Fisher? Or just fisher, I guess. How will they look? I have no idea. I'm just gonna say they're kind of like... Actually, let's roll for it. Let's roll for it. Let's not be... Let's kind of like let the dice decide. Let's roll for it. Physical traits. Okay, give me a face. That's a 6. Good looking. Damn! Okay, that doesn't really help me though. I'm gonna roll for face again. 12. A weak chin. Okay, that's fine. Alright. Well, we'll have them be kind of like... kind of as pretty as we can make them. And... there we go. There we go. Okay, cool. Okay, Caverna. So, Caverna, the magic user. Just draw that in. Draw some ropes there. And some clothing folds. And we are donezos. Let me see a look good. Yeah, there we go. That's what you get. Also, by the way, Caverna, I should tell you that I'm actually in the process of editing these videos. so that I can put them up as edited videos on the main YouTube channel. So hopefully I want to be able to do 3 or so of these live streams before I put it out onto the main channel. Make sure that it's something that I really want to do as a long-running series. And even then, I'm not gonna put any pressure on myself. If I want to stop it, I'll stop it. But it seems like there's a good kind of story going on, so I want to keep going. All right, there we go. Let's do something like that. Okay, we are done. So we got Caverna. Sedan is dead, so we're gonna give him a proper send off, and by proper send off I mean we're just gonna cross out his character sheet. So we got Fanir, Gaja, Derzal, and we have Caverna. Ex-fisherwoman, now magic user. Yeah, thank you so much for the challenge. I really appreciate it. I think we're gonna, yeah, even though I said I wanted to keep going, I do think we're gonna end off here, just because it has been 1 hour almost exactly. So we're gonna end off here, and we're gonna pick this up again next time. I think in order to get to Gezera, we're gonna have to... Firstly, we don't even have enough rations to make a journey. Actually, wait a minute. Can Caverna get more rations, or do they have any rations? Because they're a fisher. I'm reaching here, but if like they get a 2 in 6 chance, I'm gonna say that's fair. So 1 to 2, they have some extra rations that we can use on the trip with us. It's a 1. Okay, I'm just gonna say that we have the rations that we started with, and we get to purchase based off our 14 silver, so we get 34 rations, and we have no more silver. And most of this is just gonna be dried fish, just like how they used to eat it back in the day. Plenty of dried fish. Alright, cool. So that's gonna be 34 rations, and we can make another journey out to try to find Gezera. Okay. 34 rations. And hopefully this time we do not just fucking die. Although there is still the chance. I would like to get more hirelings, but we don't have any money. I would also like to sell off the information about the Crystal Hill, but I don't think that's worth it. Because there's the possibility that if we sell off the information about the Crystal Hill, people can, you know, take advantage of it, and I don't think that's worth getting some silver. So I'm gonna say that we have no silver, we're broke as hell. We spend what little we did have on like recuperating and getting more rations, and we're gonna go at it another day. Thank you all for coming by. Thank you to Caustic, HP, is Chris 2, there's 2 Chris's, Caverna, GS, Jack. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time. Goodbye.